Hi, this is Zak Mir with the US Chartbreakers here at Zak's Traders Cafe for Wednesday, the 24th of April. Starting off with the S&P, where it looks as though we finally found the floor of the rising October trend channel at around the 49.50 level. That filled the gap from back in February towards 49.60, and we've had a nice rebound since then. We're still fearing that there could have been a move towards the 4900 level, but so far that seems to have been eliminated, that fear, and we're looking towards the 50-day line and the April resistance line around 51.20 as the initial target, perhaps by the end of this month. Moving along to the Nasdaq, and here we have also seen a rebound basically off in this case, the late January support area around 17,000 as a bear trap reversal from below that. We've also potentially found the floor of that rising trend channel from back in October, and looking for this market to rally towards the 50-day moving average, 17,900 over the next week or two. But obviously the acid test will be whether we can get up to that 50-day line and break the resistance line there from the end of last month, currently at 18,200. Moving on to the stocks, and stock which was covered yesterday and is back again is Agba, and here you can see the rising trend channel, the top of the channel there up to $3.60, and we're looking for that by the time this current massive rally finishes or peters out. In the meantime, ideally we stay above resistance on the way down near the $2 level if you want to tighten that up. So it was yesterday's support near $2.25. Onto a stock which has appeared here quite a lot of the time, or a lot of times in the recent past, Cazoo. A very volatile ride, but the current situation is looking a little bit more encouraging than it has done of late. We had that double top towards $20, had a bear trap rebound from below the 50-day moving average at $6. Initial target, that resistance line there from January, has been hit towards $10, end of day close above $10, and we're looking for the stock to retest the upper teens and perhaps the old November support towards $18, hopefully sometime during May. Next up, another stock which we've looked at quite a lot here, 1847, and obviously not a pretty picture in the rear view mirror, but things are looking a little better in the near term, and you'll see why from the daily charts. Rising trend channel in place since November, top of the channel there, heading towards $4, and we're looking for that while we hold above the now sharply rising 50-day moving average at $2.40 on an end-of-day close basis. Another stock which we've looked at quite recently is Finch, and here you see that we've got this potential broadening triangle base pushing through the 50-day line again around $2.50, and above that we're looking for up to $5 by the end of next month, once this situation really starts getting going. Onto the chart of HashiCorp, and here you can see that we've hit an initial target there at the top of that rising trend channel from September. That's around the $30.50 level, above $30.50 on an end-of-day close basis. We're looking at the upper parallel of that rising trend channel, a resistance line projection from back in August, and that is heading towards the $38 area, which may be a valid target for the end of next month. The upside value buy will hold above recent resistance, initial April resistance at $27 on an end-of-day close basis. Moving on to Hibbett, and here rising trend channel after the massive gap to the upside back in November. Floor of the channel there around the $69 area, and we're looking for up to the $85 or even $90 area by the end of next month, especially if we get a quick end of day close above the now rising 50-day moving average at $74. But the key here really staying above that $70 zone. Next up on the list is Local, otherwise known as Local Bounty, and here rising trend channel base, got a rising 50-day line as well around $2.60, and above that we're looking for a breakout to retest the post-summer 2023 resistance at $5 by the end of next month. Looked at the following stock before as well. Kid Pig, here we've got a nice ricochet of a rising 50-day line around $3.30. Above that, the initial target, the top of the recent range at $5.50, obviously through that, and then we can start thinking about $10 plus that brief March high. The next situation is one that may be of interest to the bulls on the basis that Tech looks as though it's widening its trading range. You've got a broadening triangle, or it's a rather wide trend channel there from back in September. Top of the channel right towards $4.50, and we're looking for that upside by the end of next month while we hold above the 50-day line, $1.75. New name coming up next, and it is Opportune, and here you can see that shares trying to break that resistance line there from back in September, that level there around $3.10, and we need to see that broken maybe on a weekly close basis, already above the 50-day line at $3, so aggressive traders above $3 would be looking for $4.30 at the top of that broadening triangle from January by the end of next month, but perhaps another end-of-day close through that 2023 resistance line is what we are looking for. Onto a stock which doesn't look like it's going to win any prizes in terms of the liquidity, but it is still an interesting charting situation. Pioneer Capital, and here rising trend channel there from back in June, top of the channel there heading for $17, and we're looking for that by the end of next month while we hold above the floor of the channel and the 50-day moving average at $11.60. Moving on to the last three, and the first one is Pronetics. Here we've got a broadening triangle base, top of the triangle there heading for $6.50, and we're on track for that while we hold above recent neckline resistance of $4.10. The breakthrough the 50-day line obviously appreciated in the near term. The next stock is one which maybe is not quite so dynamic yet, but we may have a support line there from back in November, and the shares have seen that. They were around $2.10. Above $2.10, we're looking for at least a rally up to the last resistance on the way down at $4, hopefully by the end of this month. Weezer is next and last, in fact. Weezer Technology, Wiser Technologies. Here you can see that we've got a reversal which has been in progress for quite some time. The current situation is that it's best described as a broadening triangle, and the action here basically centered around the 50-day moving average at current levels. Want to see, I suppose, a clearance of the $6 area, because that's been the recent range highs. Above that, looking for $20 perhaps as soon as the end of next month. That's it for me today. More updates tomorrow.